this little e-sign ad right here, what we're going to talk about here, was literally the beginning of me using newsletter marketing. So that's what, it's almost 5 years now. It's really almost 5 years now. And it's pretty cool for me just to look back and show you this and tell you that every single month since this ad, I've had newsletter ads running, generating leads for me, and now it's pretty much something that I'm good at. I don't know how else to say it. I'm pretty good at it. So let's get you good at this stuff. So let's get to our outline. Now, a couple things I just want to say here. Marketing experience, it's very dangerous to be myopic in what you do in your business as far as marketing is concerned. So as they say, 1 is the loneliest and most dangerous number when we're talking about any sort of business or stability, and I truly believe that. So even though we're going to be focusing on newsletter marketing, I mean, I've got pay-per-click marketing running every single day. I've got tons of articles and content and all that sort of stuff bringing me free traffic. In previous offers that I've done in my own business, I've used CPA networks extensively. Actually got 1 million American Express points primarily from CPA networks. And my tickets I just bought yesterday to go to Maui were from that $1 million worth of points, 50,000 points round trip. So those points are worth something. Text link ads I have out there, postcard, lead gen postcards I got going, banner ads, CPV, co-registration, and that's not even talking about affiliates and all that sort of stuff. The reason that I have that, and we could even kind of subpart, because it's not just newsletters, it's lots of different newsletters. It's not just pay-per-click, it's Yahoo, MSN, Google. It's not just content marketing in one article directory, it's in more than one. So there's just a lot of stuff going on, and the reason for it is we've all seen the Google slap stuff that happens, and well, a lot of people get just totally focused on something like pay-per-click because it's so immediately available. But what happens if it goes away? If you only got it is a catastrophic loss for your business. And I don't know about you guys, like I like to sleep good at night. Like the more I get into what I do, the better I get at this stuff, the more I'm about thinking about long-term stability in my business than I am trying to go after immediate profits, because I'd rather sleep well and have a fantastic, stable business than take an opportunity or do something that, sure, maybe it'll make me an extra $1 million this year, but next year it could detrimentally affect my business in a huge way. So, in other words, 20 pillars is better than one. One pillar goes down. If you got one, your business implodes. 20 pillars, one pillar goes down, you barely even notice it. So it's important to diversify if you want a stable long-term business. So let's get into some traffic basics. This is important stuff that we need to know, we need to understand before we get in and we start playing around on the net. I want to give you guys my simple definition of targeted traffic, because I like to keep things incredibly simple when I do things and how I think and in my mind. All our business is essentially based on getting eyeballs of interested people in front of what we have to offer. That's it. Find a group of people who could be interested in what you have to offer, put your link in front of them. When they click that link, that's targeted traffic. And so when I say that, a lot of people say, yeah, Dagan, I get it. But what I want you to do right now is I want you to take a second and kind of pause and think about this. Think about right now what you do online. The reason I say that is because your prospects are just like you. I know that earlier today I could tell you I checked out Mike Dillard's Better Networker. I was looking at stuff there. I was on my Facebook page. I checked my email. I was looking at some pay-per-click stuff. I was actually doing some test ads with sponsored tweets. In other words, I'm doing lots of stuff. I'm checking emails from people that I like, seeing what they're up to. That's just like what your prospects are doing. So the name of the game, guys, is to be as far as targeted traffic and winning based on leads. because the more leads, the more opportunity. All you got to do is laser focus that and create really good relationships, and there's simple ways to do that. You put those two pieces in play and you put them on autopilot, you're financially independent forever. That's all. That's all you got to do. Find people, get them to like you, share cool stuff. That's it. Name of the game is to be in front of your prospects in as many places as humanly possible, and you win. So think about today, right now, write down even on a piece of paper, as I'm going through some of this stuff, what you did online today. Because likely your prospects are just like you and they're doing the same things. What did you search for today in Google? Maybe that's a good keyword to set up a Google ad on. I don't know. Maybe it's a good keyword to write an article on. I don't know. That's the name of the game, though. You find people, put your link in front of them. When they click it, that is targeted traffic. So another thing I want to talk to you guys about in traffic basics here, there are 3 more bullet points I want to go through, is the difference between paid versus free traffic, paid versus free. And really, the only difference between the two is speed. And here's what I want to say, because I've done this stuff for a little while now. And invariably, when a new person comes to me, I'll give them several different options of what they could do and should do to start sparking success in their business. And like 90% of them will say, oh, well, I think I'm going to get started with the free stuff. And I know why, because we start out with kind of an employee mindset, and we're like, well, just give me 3 steps, give me 3 steps, give me 3 steps, give me 3 steps. And we want as little risk as possible, because we're not really thinking about our business as like a McDonald's franchise owner is. We're thinking about it as like, well, I really hope this works. Let's keep our fingers crossed. So we're not willing to risk our money, which I think is wrong. It's just you got to change your mindset. But the reason that I want to bring up this point about paid versus free is I don't always think that free is the best way to go for a lot of people. And the reason is I see a lot of people peter out, because to make the free stuff work, you got to work. You got to put some elbow grease into it. To this day, from articles I've submitted 5 years ago, I still get traffic and leads, but there's literally like almost 800 articles out there now. And there should be more. I just haven't done more. But that's some serious elbow grease to get that stuff to work. And it takes time. A lot of people lose heart and give up on themselves because they're trying to reduce risk by going the free way. And because they're not positively reinforcing their own success, they give up, go back to, well, life isn't so bad, and they quit their business. If you're a person like me that needs some positive reinforcement, like on a daily basis, like I'm a guy that I always want to see how many sales I got today. I always want to see what's going on, how many leads I got today. I know how many leads I got 20 minutes ago because I looked right before we started. You really should think about using paid media because you get traffic immediately. So you're going to walk out by the end of tonight, and you're going to have a strategy to get traffic specifically on a specific day, and it's going to come. You're going to get leads from it. That is positive reinforcement. Whereas the other way, sure, you're going to get results, but you got to wait. You do. It's just how it goes. So the quality is the same. In fact, some of the free stuff can, in terms of my numbers, I actually have more sales conversions per lead. But it takes a while to build up steam that way. So if you want results fast, and you know psychologically you're a person that needs positive reinforcement to continue to have fuel to succeed, you might want to reframe how you think about what you're doing in your business. And this is just all these things I'm telling you are some of the things I had to figure out in my own mind to get right in order to succeed. So just take it as that. So we're going to be talking about paid traffic. That's what newsletter marketing is. And I want to give you a distinction between even within that, even between paid traffic. Maybe you don't know there are actually 2 types of paid advertising that you can do online if we want to lump them into big things. There's what's called fixed cost marketing, and there's performance-based marketing. And the strategy to be successful with either is different. So, example, newsletter marketing is fixed cost marketing. The reason that people shy away from it, and we'll talk about it in a few minutes as we go and play around, is because, well, what happens if I pay $100 for a newsletter and absolutely nothing happens? So people get fearful of that. Well, if you do your homework right and you do the steps we're going to go through, you'll be fine. But if you're in a fixed cost marketing world, meaning like you paid for it, banner advertising is another example of fixed cost marketing. The name of the game is to extract the maximum amount of results possible. And you're going to see how that plays out when we talk about newsletter marketing in just a second. The other type of paid media, in my opinion, is performance-based. So performance-based media is you only pay for a particular performance. A quintessential example of that sort of marketing is pay-per-click marketing. So with pay-per-click marketing, you only pay when someone sees your ad and clicks on it. So if in a fixed cost world we have to pay this amount of money in order to make and realize as much revenue as possible, we got to drive results through the roof. So we got to market a certain way. It's actually the opposite approach that we take with performance-based. Because with performance-based media, what we're basically saying to ourselves is, since I'm only paying on performance, I only want to pay and create performance for people that really want what I got. So it's actually better to disqualify people in a performance-based world. Like, for instance, it actually works in your favor, and I'm simplifying this. There's levels of kind of complexity we could get into. If, for instance, in a pay-per-click world, you said, instead of, hey, here's how to get 1 million leads, or here's how to, like, fix all your problems, if you said, what's the biggest problem? You knew absolutely what the biggest problem is for your market, and you said, here's how to fix that problem. It's going to take you a month, you'll likely succeed, and it's going to cost you 97 bucks. The only person that's clicking on that ad is the person that's really got that problem and really wants it fixed. So you pay less and have a much higher ROI based on performance. So I wanted to make sure, because this isn't one of the things that was ever taught to me. I kind of had to decipher this piece myself. And the way that you're going to use this in the future in your business is you're going to say, when you approach an opportunity to advertise online in a paid media, you're going to ask yourself, is this a fixed cost media or is this performance-based? And you're going to know in a fixed cost world, I need to drive maximum results. So what can I do to drive maximum results? In a performance-based world, you're going to say, well, I want to really qualify, so I'm only paying for exactly what I want. And that's how you're going to use that in the future. Brian, does that make sense?
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely.
Sweet. All right.